Welcome to Mama Cat's Home. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my chili recipe. I debated on whether or not I should share this because it's super simple and people may think it's weird and all kinds of other things. It's completely different from anything my family has ever done. In fact, the way my family's always done is ground beef, ketchup, chili beans, and chili powder. As far as I know, that's it. I don't do it that way anymore. I used to, and just like everything else that I've ever cooked, I have ventured into other things and changed up how I do it. I do not put ketchup in anymore. I still use chili beans, I still use chili powder, and I still use ground beef. You can use ground turkey or ground pork or no meat at all. That's completely up to you. You could probably use tofu, but I don't know. I've never used that before. I've never even tasted tofu as far as I know. So, I don't know. But, like I said, I still use the chili beans, I still use chili powder, and I still use the ground meat, ground beef. So I'm going to share with you what I use, and then I'm going to get to cooking. I use 2 cans of chili beans of your choice, whatever kind you want, as long as chili beans in chili sauce. Whatever kind you want. 1 can of cannellini beans. These are a recent thing that I've just started putting in here lately. And with these, I drain and rinse them. Same with my black beans. I drain and rinse these, but I use 1 can of black beans. I've been using these for about a year, and they don't really change the taste, but they give it a different texture. I mean, different types of beans are going to give it a little different texture. And I use 1 can of garbanzo beans drained, and I go ahead and rinse those whenever I rinse the others, because I just throw them in the same colander and rinse them all together. Do not rinse the chili beans. Don't make that mistake. But I just go ahead and rinse these while I'm doing it. But garbanzo beans, they're a little different. They're a little like harder, of course, so they have a little bit different texture to them. And then I add 2 cans of diced tomatoes of your choice, whatever kind you want. You could use stewed tomatoes, you could use regular tomatoes, you could use fresh tomatoes if you wanted, as long as you end up with about 30 ounces. But you want the juice, everything, all of it in there. So do not rinse these. And then I use chili powder. Now, I can't tell you how much I use because I don't know. I just do it to taste. I can show you the spoon that I use every time I cook chili. And what I do is I put about 1 or 2 of those spoonfuls in. I'll show you the spoon. I gotta get it anyway. This spoon. It's a KitchenAid. But I just use it. And then I use about 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. This 1 packet equals 2 tablespoons, and you don't have to get the little packets. You can use the can or you can use the squeezy thing. I just happen to have these on hand, and this is just what I use right now. And 1 pound of ground meat if you use the meat. And also, in one of the chili cans, I put about 1/4 of a can of water, and I swish it around, and I put it in both of them after I'm done to kind of rinse it out. So it's about 1/4 of a can of water. So that took a long time. That's the ingredients. Now let's get to cooking. whatever ground meat you decide to use, either venison or beef, whatever, pork, turkey. Once it's done, once it's browned, you decide, okay, do I need to drain this or do I not? How much fat's left in there? Mine doesn't have much fat left, so I'm not really worried about that. So I'm going to go on to the next part, which is adding all of my beans and tomatoes. And those are the beans that I rinsed. These, oh, I'm shooting it everywhere. These are the cannellinis. They're pretty big. If you compare them to what size the chili beans are, which are the next ones. They're going in. Tomatoes. I honestly think that the tomatoes may be my most favorite part. I'm not sure though. I'm thinking they might be. Alright, now I've got my water in my chili can and kind of rinsing those cans out, and I'm just going to do the tomato cans as well, just because habit. Add that in. I'm going to add in my tomato paste. Like I said, whatever you want to use, if it's the tube, the can, or if you have these handy little pouches, just 2 tablespoons. Or if you don't even want to add this, you don't have to. It's just something that I like to do. It just gives it a richer flavor, a more tomatoey flavor, and I just like it. Now, you could go ahead and mix up your own chili powder, but I just get this from Sam's. So what I do is I take my spoon and I overfill it a little. And I put about 1 of those in. Yes, I know that's a lot, but we like a lot of seasoning. But I put that in and then I stir it all together. And after I have it completely stirred, I will let it simmer for 30-45 minutes, something like that, and let all the flavors mesh together and get really good in there, and it's just delicious. And I'll show you what it looks like whenever it is done. But I also wanted to tell you that I also sometimes cook some noodles, like elbow macaroni, like this right here, like this. I just cook some elbows. And we have chili mac, which is something that my husband and son like for me to do. It stretches your chili, and also it's just good. I always seem to do that now. I didn't used to add it, or I didn't used to make it, but I do now. It actually happened as a fluke. I had a bunch of extra people here, and the menu plan was chili, and that's what I was already cooking whenever there was a bunch of teenagers here, and I was like, how do I stretch this? I made noodles. They loved it, and it's now a staple here at the house. I don't eat it that way, but the boys do. Anyway, I will show you what it looks like when it's completely done. You can also add other vegetables like onions and stuff, and peppers, like, you know, sweet bell peppers or something like that, or even jalapenos. But you would do that whenever you're cooking your ground beef or your ground meat. You would saute that then to let them get translucent. But anyway, I'll show you what it looks like when it's done, and you'll get to see the finished product of my crazy chili. Okay, so this is the way it looks. The sauce, or whatever you want to call it, the juices, the sauce has gotten thicker, and it has gotten a little redder, it seems, of course. And the seasoning has gone throughout the other beans that didn't have the seasoning. I have never had chili like this before. I've never seen chili like this before. This is just how we have changed it throughout the years. We started off with a simple recipe and just changed. But you know, you can do how you want. What we do with it is, my husband and son, I will cook some elbow macaroni like I told you, and they will eat it with some cheese on the top and the noodles. I eat it with just some cheese on top, and we all eat crackers like saltines, and or you could have cornbread, whatever you'd like. And then like tomorrow, the leftovers we'll have over, well, my husband and son are going to have it over a baked potato. I don't like it over a baked potato, I'm going to be honest. I don't like chili anyway, but with the cheese. That's just me. I don't even like chili cheese dogs, or, well, I like chili cheese fries. But anyway, I'm going somewhere else with this whole situation. But this is the way it turns out. It's really good. I'll leave the description. Okay, I'll leave the recipe in the description below. And if you like this type of video, please subscribe and make sure you hit the bell so that you'll be notified. And make sure you hit the like button as well so that YouTube knows you like the video. And yeah, just if you want to watch my other food related or planner related or just my life related videos, make sure you do subscribe. And that is all I have for today. It's a super yummy recipe, super easy, one pot cleanup. I mean, who doesn't want that? And it's great on a cold day, which we finally got cold in Alabama, so we need this. So, yeah, that's all I have for today. Again, thank you so much for watching. And remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.